class, we have a very special guest who's been in a few plays herself. Her most recent one being Everybody Gets Eaten by Sharks, something like that. Is Sweet Bonnie herself, Ana Pequeno. Recently, you went to a play?
I did. Thursday night, October 11th at 7:30 p.m. I went and watched, I actually have it right here. Crazy. I went and watched Wicked.
When you first got there, what was your impression of it all? You know, the box office, the ushers.
So we parked. We're all pretty grumpy. I don't know why, but we were grumpy at first. We're waiting in line. It was a very excited line. Everyone was very excited. The atmosphere, I would say, was very excited, very cozy. And we were walking, and the ushers were there. They're mostly like ladies. And my mom didn't know how to get the screen, the receipt, the scanner thing, to scan the tickets. So they're like, I don't know. So she asked a bunch of the ushers, but all the usher ladies were in their 60s. So she went to this man, and the man was like, go to this box office. So we went to the box office where they actually sell the tickets.
Okay.
Proof that I was there. We went to the box office, a man with glasses gave us the tickets, and I was really excited. One of the usher ladies called me baby. Liked it. Yeah, that was
What was your first impression when you walked in?
my first impression. Well, let me just tell you. Is this a theater or a palace? It was amazing.
How big was it?
It was okay. It wasn't like huge actually. But it was large. It was wide, and it had you know, like in the palaces where there's like crowns, the crown things where it's like the molded. Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. It was cool.
So it was like what, old looking?
It was oldish looking, and it was gold, and it was nice.
So was there any concessions? You know, did you get a T-shirt, maybe something to eat?
There was concessions. We got there pretty risky time. We got there like 20 minutes before the show started. So, yeah. So we went in, and I had to pee really bad, but the lady said if I went to the restroom and the show started, I wouldn't be allowed to sit in my seat until 20 minutes after the show started. I think it was 15 actually, maybe 10. It's around that range. And I said, heck no, I'm not gonna do that. So I just sat down and held in my urine. Oh, sorry guys. Oh.
Okay.
Intermission came, and I still was scared that, I think intermission was like 10 minutes. And I was scared that the line was long and people were getting their T-shirts, souvenirs and stuff, and so I didn't go to the bathroom.
So what was the atmosphere like of the theater itself? You know, how big was it? What type of stage did it have?
The stage was a proscenium stage, as you know. Seats, I had lots of seats. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could fit like 2,000 people in there.
Can you think of any like technical elements that they had that like gave you indicators that, oh, the show's about to begin, you know?
Oh, there's this booming voice that came out of the air. I think it was the ceiling. He said, please take your seats, turn off your phones, which some people did. Some people turned off their phones, but the couple in front of us, there's a pair of couples, man, woman, man. I swear, if I could cut their hands off and throw them out the window, I would.
That's intense.
They were the worst. They kept on taking selfies during the beginning of the play, and it really bothered me.
That's so rude.
Yes, it is. I wanted to.
So now that we've gone past like the theater and whatnot, what did you think of the play? You know, what was the plot about? Who are the characters?
The play is basically a modern take on the point of the Wizard of Oz, of the point of view of Elphaba, which is the the Wicked Witch of the West. And basically the story is that Elphaba is trying to, she has lots of challenges in her younger years, and the conflict in the story is that people are turning, the wizard ministry is turning animals who can talk into just regular animals. So like teachers who are like animals, they're turning them into regular animals. So Elphaba is like, what's happening, you know? So her goal is for that to stop. The wizard invites her, actually, the Wizard of Oz, and she goes with her friend Glinda, who is the Good Witch. That's another story completely, am I right? And so she goes, and it turns out that the Wizard of Oz is actually a wicked man. He wants to turn monkeys. It hurts the monkeys to turn them into flying monkeys, and she does it, but she thinks it's to help them. It's not. There's romance. It's comedy. It's a musical. Very good show.
So, was it easy to follow?
Yes, very easy to follow. Much easier to follow than what I'm saying.
What was something that you really noticed about like what they did on stage or the costumes?
So the costumes were really good. Very, very, very cool, unique. It was really interesting to see how the actors who played the monkeys, they did their mannerisms were very, very animal-like, I have to say. Very good. It was very spot on. And there's this one scene where they're in a cage. Not cages, but like multiple cages, and there's a lot of monkeys, and they're like swinging from stuff, and it was really cool. And there's a dragon, a mechanical dragon that was huge. And Elphaba, she flies on a broom because she's one of the most powerful witches, and she flies on a broom. She's holding it. And yeah, she goes up in the air, and it was really cool.
Is there anything about the actors' performances that you noticed, that made it more believable?
I think the way that they walked and the way that they presented themselves so clearly was very, very cool. When they first entered, you can tell that they're going to be what they're going to do. Like, you could see the purpose for them being there, and I think that was really cool. And the way that they talked and the way that they moved was very, very spot on. Because at the end of the show, they are themselves, and they talk about like charity and stuff and helping out with the fundraising and stuff. And they're very much different from their characters, and I thought that was crazy. That's the same person who played Glinda? It's crazy. She was all like she had a very squeaky voice during the play, and she sang very high, and she sang very beautifully. She reminded me of Legally Blonde. Yes. Yeah. That. Yeah. And it was really good. And Elphaba, there were a very good contrast. Elphaba was this like awkward person, and it was very relatable, I feel. And she was like, I have no friends.
Oh.
That was me at the beginning of the school year, but now it's fine. It was good. It was really good. Very believable.
So, what about the audience? Did you get to notice like who was attending the play? Were they older? Were they younger? Was it couples, families?
So I think the majority of the audience members were like middle-aged young adults, like between 20 to 40. That was the range. I mean,
Okay.
but there were older people though, and there were children. So yeah, and there were some teen boppers. Oh gosh, yeah.
You one of those?
Was I one of those teen boppers? Yes. Oh, I'm not a bopper. I'm just a teen. A teen with a dream.
So is there anything else you found interesting about the theater, whether it was like the technical part of it, like how stuff were staged, or was it the acting, just as an audience member, what did you like?
Like I said, all the acting was really, really well done. They projected very well. I could learn a lot from them. And they sang, their singing was very beautiful. And I liked how, I think there's like this, like, the music was done in like a, it wasn't in a box, it was like, I don't know how to describe it, but the music was live, I believe. So that was really cool how they staged that. But it wasn't on stage, but it was somewhere in the auditorium. I don't remember where it was, but it was either over here or right in front of it. I was pretty sure it's over here. It was like in a stage booth. But yeah, it was live, I think, and the lighting was really cool. All the costumes I found very interesting. The setting, I like the settings. The settings were really cool, and how they would do it in transitions. And yeah.
From what you told me, that sounds like a really great show.
Yeah, it was the best. I really recommend it to everyone. And yeah, go watch it, guys.
I will, next time they're in town. Before you leave, wanted to give you something. It's been behind my back for a while.
Wait, what did you give me?
Dark Star
What? That is awesome. Thank you so much. I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Anyways, thank you, Ana, for being on the show.
It was a pleasure.
This has been Theater Thoughts with Olivia and your special guest, Ana Pequeno.